Hey everyone, welcome back to another bonus episode of the Now and Then Some podcast with Robin and Kaley. I'm your host, Robin.
And I'm your other host, Kaley.
And here we talk about a lot of things. And this week we're going to talk about
House of the Dragon.
Tapestry. All right. So we are recapping episode 8.
The finale.
Yep.
And then I'm thinking just general thoughts on this season.
Okay. Yep. And we did find out recently that there will be 4 seasons.
Yes. So they came out and said that there will be 4 seasons. He also said, the show creator said, the 3rd season will be focused on the war.
I mean, it has to be.
No shit. No shit.
Thanks for that little tidbit.
It better be, because this season sure wasn't.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Also,
yeah.
Before I get into my rant, long rant I'm going to go on.
Uh-huh.
This season finale and the Game of Thrones series finale have the 2 lowest scores on IMDb of all shows season finales.
They had to have seen this coming.
How did you think this was how we were going to want it to end?
No, and they think they did a thing. Like, we set it up perfectly. We've set all the groundwork. That final scene when we see all the da-da-da-da-da coming together. We got this shot, that shot, the other shot. Oh, just wait. It's going to be so epic.
In 2 years, too. So we not only had to watch a 73-minute trailer, we then have to wait 2 years to even get to the actual movie.
Yeah, it's just rude. Rude.
I'm not happy.
Yeah, I can tell.
Sorry. Do you not feel this way?
Yeah. I mean, I'm disappointed, but I still thought it was like really good.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
This whole season, I've been locked the F in, but I'm not happy overall about the lack of action and dragon fights and maybe some deaths.
Just kill somebody.
Like, season finales are known for like some crazy shit to go down, and I really feel like not really anything crazy went down.
No, when I saw how much time was left and how much like they still would have had to have done to get to any type of fighting, I
kept
was like
pausing it and going, "Oh shit!" I kept pausing it. No, there's no way. There's no way.
There's no way.
Yeah. So I will tell you, very, very disappointed in the finale.
Yeah. I mean, disappointment, I think, was heard around the world. All right. Should we get into it?
Let's get into it.
Okay.
Okay. So my first. This is just going to be me bitching this whole episode, and I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It's not, though, because, again, there were a lot of cool things, whatever. I feel like they spent way too much time with the flippin' Tywin Lannister guy.
Yeah, he's trying to get them to help
the triarchy or whatever.
Yeah, to move the barricade or to help him get past the barricade or
sail with him.
Something with the barricade. There's a barricade that's blocking food from getting to King's Landing.
Yeah, but I think it's more he wants their armies to sail with him against Corlys.
To meet,
the sea snake man.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, that was weird.
They spent, I mean, what do you think? Maybe
10 minutes?
Maybe longer.
Yeah.
On this storyline that, like, I'm not saying it's not going to be crucial at a later date.
Yeah,
whatever.
And it was a bit of levity and a lot of heavy stuff. And it's like, oh, look, it's a woman. Oh,
she wants you to bang all her wives.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. Like,
let's go mud wrestling.
Mud wrestling. This is the season finale, gosh dang it.
Yeah, that would be more of like a setup for the finale. Now let's actually see. Like, they could have ended it with like a big clash. Like, the armies are actually clashing. The ships are actually clashing. Maybe we see someone fall and we think, oh no, is that who I think it is? And are they alive or dead?
Literally.
Boom. Episode over.
It feels like, you know what, Robin? They need you to do is drop a secret episode that's the actual war starting.
Yeah, I don't think they do that.
No, they're not going to, but that's what needs to happen.
Be a lot cooler if you did.
This felt like a setup for an epic season finale. And it's not. It's a setup for wait 2 years for the next season.
Yeah. I did think their little repartee was cute when she kept getting his name wrong. And then when she finally approved him, she's like, Thailand.
I'm fine with it, Robin, but not for the season finale.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I didn't need it. I didn't need it in this episode.
Mm-mm.
So we find out that Aemond is on a rampage. He's burning towns left and right after he saw that Rhaenyra has now the dragon army.
He literally burnt like an entire, I can't think of the name of it right now, but like this entire town that's like right by the sea. So like he didn't even go that far. He was just like, oh, first big city that I come across that had nothing to do with any of this.
I'm going to burn all these small
Just going to torch them.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Yep.
Big baby.
He's the worst.
He is the worst.
No, like he's actually
the worst. And everybody knows it but him. And he still thinks that he's like clever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He still thinks what he's doing is right.
And that he's like got some sort of upper hand somewhere.
Just because he's got Vhagar. You know? It's like a man walks around with a big dick, think he's got it.
I was going to say.
Man walks around with a big dragon, thinks he's got it.
He's driving some small little red Miata, you know? That's his dragon.
I can't.
Man drives a Lamborghini and thinks he's hot shit. You still only got one eye.
You still a little skeletor looking motherfucker.
And you're still evil. Like
evil. So because Aemon's on a rampage and shit's falling apart in King's Landing, old Clubfoot switched his tune real quick because before it was, hey, Aegon, we got to get you healthy. We got to get you back in the freaking throne room.
Yeah.
Taking care of shit. Now it's, we got to get you out of here, bro.
Yeah, your brother's just out here burning towns.
You do not want to be here.
Yeah, he's going to, I loved how he point blank was just like, because your brother's going to kill you.
Your brother is literally going to kill you.
Like, there's no way he's not going to kill you.
Yeah.
So let's go.
It's that or it's also King's Landing is going to go up in flames.
Or Rhaenyra's going to kill you.
Rhaenyra's dragons.
Yeah. It's
like,
you're going to die.
You're screwed. So,
and I love how he was like, no, I got to stay and fight. And then he like tried to get him by being like, Aegon, the conqueror, Aegon, the, like all these lovely things that they were trying to say. And he was like, Aegon, the realm's delight.
Ew.
Which
gross.
is what they called Rhaenyra whenever she was little.
Yeah. why would he say that? It's like,
I just was like, afternoon delight. Like, that's just such a weird.
No, I didn't like it. Ew.
Yeah. Ugh.
No.
And the way, like, the look he had on his face.
Yes, it was just creepy and gross.
I was like, no one's going to call you that, bro.
Aegon, the realm's delight. Oh, no, I shudder.
Nope, that ship has sailed.
Yeah, so Clubfoot's like, we got to get out of here. I'm going to sneak you out.
Laris.
Laris.
I know, just in case y'all were.
Y'all know who I'm talking about.
Okay, yep.
So he's like, we got to get you out of here.
Yeah.
Which, oh, shoot, which we'll talk about, gonna mess with the bargain that Alicent and Rhaenyra had.
Yeah.
So that's interesting, but we'll come back to that.
Yep.
So then we've got Aemond on his rampage is like, we've got to fight. Helaena, you've got to get Dreamfire and go to war. And Alicent is like, hell to the no, dude.
Yeah.
She's so protective over Helaena. I feel like she's like, Helena's the only one of my children that's not effed up in the head.
Yeah. And Helena's like, what if I don't want to fight? Like, I'm not going to burn people. You can't make me.
Right.
Like, no.
I'm not doing that.
They really stood up against him, which we saw a little bit in the preview, but we didn't see how much Helaena was also standing up for herself, which I loved.
He's so aggressive and just like grabs her by the arm. Like, God, you're evil.
Yeah.
Which we'll talk about even more.
Right.
Dynamic between them. But I agree with you. Like Alicent and Helaena sticking up for her was good. So going to the next scene where Helaena and it's just her on the
terrace,
and
I'm like, he better not throw this bitch off.
Oh, I didn't.
Of course, he wasn't going to.
Yeah,
of course he's not going to because A, it's his sister, and B, he needs her.
Yeah, he needs her and her dragon. Because here's the thing: you throw her over the edge, her dragon could go get another rider, and they could be on the other side. You just saw that happen with multiple other dragons.
Yeah, or his dragon or her dragon somehow knows it's him.
Also, that
not a risk he was willing to.
No.
Yeah. But she's like...
He just needs her as a fighter with a dragon. It's not about... He's not upset with her or anything like that.
But I love how she's like, I actually have seen how this all ends. You're going to die. Like, nothing that I do right now is going to change that. You're not going to win.
And he's like, what if I just kill you? And she's like, not going to change anything, bro.
No.
She literally was like, it won't change a thing.
Yep. You're not going to be on the throne.
Yeah.
And you're going to die.
Yeah. Which I was like, God's eye. She said God's eye. You're going to die in God's eye. So I had to look it up because I was like, what is
across
that?
from Harrenhal, right?
Yeah, it's the lake across from Harrenhal. So it's like...
It's a very like holy place too. Like, because Harrenhal has it was made from all the weirwoods, the weirwood trees that they chopped down the weirwood forest to make Harrenhal, which is why it's supposedly
creepy
haunted,
and haunted,
right?
Yeah.
But it's even more powerful of weirwoods because it's right next to God's eye.
Yeah.
So like the waters that potentially like helped grow that forest are even more powerful. So to say you're going to die at God's eye, like she could have said like in the Riverlands or up in the north, but like to say, you're going to die at God's eye, like that's a really bad place to die.
Well, and also he's going to know if he believes her which he should, that it's going to happen when they battle at Harrenhal.
Yeah.
Like he's going to know, well, shit, this could be it for me.
If he
but it
believes in that
doesn't
stuff.
stop him.
No, sure doesn't.
Apparently.
I
mean, we're not there yet because, oh, wait, they didn't give us a battle.
In
but
2 years, it's not going to stop him.
Right. But that was a pretty powerful scene, I feel like. And you see him like crying, like he starts to cry. He starts
to realize, oh, all this for naught. But
yeah,
he's probably just like, oh shit, I'm in this deep, and I'm gonna go through with it and see if she's wrong. What I thought was interesting is I feel like the order that it went in, and tell me if I'm wrong, that we saw Daemon's vision before we saw her like prophecy. I
think so.
So then we believed her. Like we understood that. Like,
oh, I believed her because she's been right. She's had 3 or 4 visions this season that have all come true.
I guess I just liked seeing that like back to back of like she was at the end of Daemon's vision, so he like believed it, and then maybe it wasn't back to back scenes, but then whenever she says that, we just had her fresh off of his vision that he obviously very much believed. So then it was just like, oh, she's powerful.
Yeah. She's been right every vision she's had.
What other visions has she had?
She said, beware the rats. It was the flipping rat catcher that came in and beheaded her son.
Right. I forgot about beware the rats.
Then there's a beast beneath the boards. That was when the dragon came through and almost fried him at the coronation.
Oh.
And
that wasn't this season.
No, that was first season though.
Oh, okay.
And then there was one other one that it was about Aemon. This is season 1 too. It was Aemon's eye.
Got it.
She said something about one eye, or you're going to, something about a missing eye.
They hadn't made it such a big deal this season, I guess. This was like the first time that it felt like, oh, that's right.
Yeah. Anyway, I was like, I believe anything she says because we've seen her call everything so far.
She's just got a spooky disposition.
Yeah. So then if we're going to talk about Daemon's vision.
Yeah. Speaking of spooky.
On the Helaena piece though, did it make you think like, shit, is it not Alice that's been messing with him? Is it Helaena this whole time?
I don't think anyone's messing with him. I think Alice has been like waiting till the moment that he felt open enough to receive the vision. Like I feel like she probably knew that he would get there.
What about all his visions he's had the whole time there is what I'm saying.
I think that those were all just leading up to this big one.
Like, but no one's causing it?
I don't think so. I don't know. I could be wrong. I just thought it was like.
What about Alice with the weird tea?
I don't know. I think she's like a part of. I think she's like a part of like the spiritualness of the place. I don't think that it's like just one thing or the other. I think it's all of Harrenhal, like getting him to the place where he would be ready to receive the vision. Like when he walks out, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't scoff at this place," and she's like, "Huh."
Now
that's a first.
Ready. Yeah. No, I agree.
Because he's been like fighting the visions and fighting Alice and fighting the spookiness.
I mean, I'm with you on. I think she wasn't going to give him the chance to have the full vision until then. But I felt like it was very odd that it was Helaena at the end of his vision.
Yeah.
When there has been zero connection. So then I'm like, it
could be.
I'm like, so is she more powerful than we even know? And
Probably.
She could be putting visions towards Daemon.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of how I took it.
Yeah. I think we're saying similar things, only with a different twist of like, I think that she just is more powerful than we know. So she showed up in his vision versus like, she's the one, like maybe she was like trying to put the vibe out there, but I don't think that any of the other vision necessarily had to do with her.
I don't know. Yeah. Maybe.
Like he saw like the whole rest of history play out.
Yeah, I know. Wild.
Like all the way down to Dany and her 3 dragons.
Okay, what was the freaking antler head that he saw? Do you know what that was?
Oh gosh, I can't remember that part.
It was literally like this antler head man walking in the woods. I was like, what is that?
Like out in the Godswood.
Like, what is that?
I think that was just them trying to show like how unfazed he was, that like Harrenhal's way spookier and more spiritual, and like in another, it has a bigger connection to like the spiritual realm or whatever other realm it's called in the Game of Thrones universe, that he wasn't even like, what is that? And like got his sword. He was just like, yeah, what else is new? Like, I don't think it had any other than just like, this is a mythical, weird place.
Well, it just, I don't
know. It could have some significance. I just didn't know what it was.
Yeah, because like every part of the vision was very significant. There's him drowning.
Yeah.
Which again, it's like, are him and Aemon going to go down together?
It was crazy because then he went like through it and then like came back up. So I'm like, I mean,
does he survive?
I don't know.
Right. So it had that. It had obviously Daenerys with the dragons, which people are saying that he could think that that's a daughter that him and Rhaenyra have. So they may make more babies in season 3 because he thinks, oh, I just had a vision of our daughter with the dragons.
I think what I thought was that he's going to, after the dragon, like the big war happens, he's going to either see in a vision or come into possession of those 3 eggs and like protect them somehow. so that they can eventually become Dany's eggs. Like, he's not going to know that they're going to become Dany's eggs, but he's going to know that they're significant enough to, like, whether he's actually physically protecting them or...
So they have the possession of the eggs already.
Of those 3 exact eggs?
Yeah.
Okay.
They showed the nest, like, early in the season.
And they were the different, like, gilded looking ones?
Yeah, it's confirmed that those are Dany's dragons.
Got it. Okay, so then I think that him seeing them is going to be like, oh, these are, like, the last ones we have left. We got to protect these. And that's why they showed him. I don't think he's going to be like, this is my great, whatever.
Well, no, I guess I'm thinking like he's seeing that like there's a white-haired Targaryen.
Right.
With baby dragons.
Right. He could easily think
kind of save us all.
Right.
Could be our daughter, could be a descendant of me and Rhaenyra. Like we need to keep it going and our bloodline together and alive. And I guess is what I'm saying.
And protect the shit out of those eggs.
Well, of course, yes.
Because they all, it's the end of the dragons in his time, right?
I don't know.
I think so. Maybe not in season 3, but maybe in season 4. And that's when like the significance of the eggs is like, oh, you got to really protect them.
Yeah, maybe.
I have no idea.
I have no idea either.
People have read the books now.
Yeah, we don't know.
If they actually stick close to the books, because I heard that in this episode they did not.
I heard that they've strayed a lot.
That's frustrating for people who've read the books.
Probably for people that have read the books, but also could be exciting for people that read the books of like, you actually don't know exactly what's going to happen.
That's true. You can't, like, every scene starts and you're like, oh, here's the scene. Right, like here's that scene.
Everything's not spoiled for you. Yeah. So it could be good for them.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah, no, and then the White Walker, which was like the Walmart version of a White Walker.
If you watch the making of, you probably wouldn't think that. They had the same, it was like the same people from Game of Thrones that made him.
Robin, if you look side by side, you're going to tell me that doesn't look like Walmart version of White Walker?
But you're also talking about like how many seasons they were in Game of Thrones when the White Walkers came out, like how much budget they had and everything. Like I think they did a good job. If you watch the making of, it just makes you appreciate it a lot more, I guess.
I mean, I appreciate that they showed the White Walkers. Yeah. It just looks like a Walmart version to me.
It's so harsh.
I'm just being honest.
I mean, it doesn't look as good, but maybe it's like
you have something in your brain.
A Nordstrom rack.
Sure, Robin.
Saks off
You
Fifth.
have something in your brain of what it looks like.
Well, nothing's going to beat like the King one that was like the big bad baddie.
But just take out the King one.
Yeah.
You look at one versus the other, you're going to go, why do they look so different?
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, I just kept seeing side by sides and I was like, good Lord, that's a difference.
I haven't seen a side by side.
Yeah. What else did I have? Oh, let's go to the other side of... Let's go to Team Black.
Yes.
So Ulf is annoying and a mess and annoying.
More of those little birds.
I'm like, dude, how did you get a dragon?
Yeah.
Aren't dragon riders supposed to have like some...
I'm telling you who's going to be the first one to get freaking Vhagar.
Vhagar's going to chomp his ass.
Yep. So the only real thing that like there's really 3 things from the making of that I like wanted to mention. The White Walker is one of them. Of like they actually had the same people making them, so maybe it was the lighting or the soundstage. I don't know, that made them look cheaper. Second thing is that when they filmed that scene, all these actors are like, those of us who have worked on sets like this where you're supposed to be eating in a scene and you know there's a ton of people around the table, they need to get all the different angles, all the different takes. That guy's apparently more of like a comedic actor that doesn't act in scenes like this very much.
Okay.
They're all eating berries. He's said, if I'm going to say bring me more little birds, I got to be eating the birds. He ate over 30 quails.
Ew.
He had to. Every time they did a new take, he had to go and then just be sloppily eating.
Commitment. I give him that.
And they were all like, I'm so full off of my berries over here in the corner, because he was like, if I'm going to say bring me more birds, I have to be eating the birds. I mean,
that's fair.
They were like, all the other actors were like, yo, he just wouldn't stop eating those birds. And then they switched to him and he's like, I literally had 2 a take.
I appreciate the dedication from
like,
him.
Oh, I think about the tummy ache though.
I appreciate the dedication from him, but God, his character is driving me up
a
wall.
So annoying.
I'm like, have some respect.
Which she told him. And he goes, make me a knight then.
Yeah.
I was like, zing.
Like, I'm like, how did you not just chop his head off right there?
Right. Well,
like,
Jace wanted to.
If Daemon would have been in that room, his head would have been chopped just like Corlys's brother in the first season. Because...
Brutal. You don't speak to your queen like that.
Oh, God. And then, Jace was pissed, which I don't blame him.
No.
I know Jace is going through it a little bit.
He's going through it. He's like, can I get some bleach up in here?
Yeah. Poor Jace.
When Ulf literally touches his hair, it's just as dark as they tell about.
Uh-huh.
motherfucker, about to get your arm chopped off.
Again, I'm surprised that he didn't snap on him.
Poor Q. He's just like, how the fuck did I get stuck with this douchebag?
Well, yeah, why am I in the same level as this guy?
I don't know him. Right. We're not brothers.
Because like Adam and Hugh are great.
Yeah, they're like respectful. They're
Then there's Ulf.
Ulf, just somebody.
Yeah, he'll definitely be the first one to go. There's no doubt about it.
We're gonna be like, oh no.
Right.
Maybe he'll be the bait.
Hey, Ulf, we've got a plan.
We got a job for you. You get to be a real hero. Hey, and if you make it out alive, I'll even make you a knight. Bye.
And everyone knows you're not.
Yep.
Jace was totally pouting.
Yeah, he was.
When Bela walked in.
Yeah.
So why are you pouting? He's like, I'm not pouting. And his lips are literally like
even
this.
saddies get baddies.
It's like this.
Even baddies get saddies. Yeah. He could not have pouted more if he tried. He was giving like the mew.
Which I like the dynamic between them. I wish they would give us more of that.
Yeah, and then
the betrothed cousins, you know.
I remember that they're cousins, but
But that's in the universe. I was cheering for Daemon and Rhaenyra the first season as uncle and niece. So what are we talking about?
They are actually sweet together. She has a way of speaking to him to make him like, okay, like you still need to be there for your mom. I wish we got
a little bit more from them, you know, because I do like their dynamic.
Hey, another spinoff. Give it to us in the off seasons.
You know, there's like 4 spinoff shows in the works.
Wow. All from the actual books themselves, do you know?
I have no idea.
Wonder.
But there's 4 Game of Thrones / House of the Dragon spinoffs in the works.
Crazy. I'll take them all.
Oh, me too. I'll be trying.
Stack them.
I'll be watching them all.
Yeah.
Even when they piss me off, I'm still watching.
Would you ever wait until the season's over so that you can binge the whole season?
There's no way.
I know.
Heck no. There's my answer. Heck no.
That'd be cool if you just like somehow it just never entered into your realm of awareness, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, what? A new show that I never seen before? That'd be cool.
Couldn't be me.
No.
Not with these type of shows.
I know.
Like Love Island. Like I gave up on Love Island UK.
Totally.
Didn't watch it. Spin over. I'm still in the middle of it.
That happened to me last Love Island UK season. I was like, oh yeah. And I had like 8 episodes. I was like, yes.
See, I can do it there, but these type of shows.
No, not with the appointment television.
Dialed in.
Yeah, for sure.
Dialed in.
Yeah.
Kristen Cole sucks again.
Mm-hmm. Now he's all mopey and
he's
moody.
Like trying to do this like, I'm so depressed. I'm going to go die, but I'm romantic and
he was smelling her scarf.
Alicent's handkerchief. Ugh. Yeah. I just, ugh.
Yeah. And then
he sucks.
He's like, that's my sister, right? And I'm going to, you went against your whatever
duty of the Knight's Guard.
And he's just like, whatever, man, we're all going to die.
I'm like, okay, Kristen Cole. Couldn't roll my eyes hard enough.
Speaking of like cannon fodder, Ulf, Kristen Cole.
Can we get Kristen Cole out of here?
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to this. Like the fact that no one died in this episode, like
wild.
We have all these players out here and we couldn't kill off anyone.
I think they're really banking on people being true and like loyal to this show so that they can just freaking go ham in season 3.
I mean,
like we're going to get major players just being slashed down every episode next season.
Look at me. I'm literally complaining, but I will be locked in 2 years.
They're saving it all up. All the blood and gore and burning. And
I saw, Trent from Barstool. He tweeted, he was like, that was really the end of the Dragon show. He calls it the Dragon show. That's funny. That's so disappointing. He goes, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to really stick it to HBO by tuning into every single second of season 3.
100%.
But is exactly what I'm going to do.
I mean, they did set it up to where we have no, like they can just kill like 10 people per episode. We'll never know who they're going to kill next.
Yeah. I mean, it's all about war. That's what they say.
They're saving it all up. And they're going to blow their load.
Sorry. Robin,
they're saving it all up.
That was aggressive.
Sorry, but that's really what they're doing.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
This whole season was a tease.
Wait, what is it called? They've been edging us.
No, we've got blue balls from this season.
They've been edging us the entire time. Our balls are blue.
We got blue balls from this season.
Blow it on us, please. I don't even care at this point.
God.
We don't even care who dies. Just kill someone.
I can't.
It's so true, though. And they know it.
No, 100%. They knew what they were doing.
So rude. It's just rude.
It is.
Yeah.
And then we end with, we're almost to the end.
Yeah.
With another secret rendezvous between Alicent and Rhaenyra.
Well, but first is Daemon bowing to her.
I forgot about their reunitedness.
And raising his troops with her. Apparently there was supposed to be like 30,000 or 40,000 troops there in the books. They made it look like there was thousands. But then when they actually were in the hall where he's like professes to her, they didn't really really make it seem like that many.
Wasn't that many.
But it's because they're in the hall. But anyway, I didn't know what he was going to do at that point because I didn't know what
I know.
And she's like, what you're supposed to do. I'm like, Helaena, that's very vague.
Can I get some clearer direction?
So who am I supposed to fight on behalf of? But that was a very moving scene.
Well, I think because multiple things in the vision, but one, shows Rhaenyra on the throne.
Yeah.
Two, again, if he does think the way of like, that could be our daughter or like our family member with dragons, he's like, I can't be breaking up with Rhaenyra. I got to continue the line.
Right. That makes sense. And of course, it's not like Helaena would be like, you know what you have to do? Fight on behalf of Aegon. Like, of course.
Right. There was no hint in the vision that would be like, you need to take the throne. There was not one thing in there that would have said that.
Yeah.
So yeah, he, rallies the army, says everyone we're fighting for the queen.
Yeah.
For every one of us that falls, 100 of them will fall.
I loved it. And she was like, don't leave me.
At your peril.
Yeah.
If you leave me at your peril.
Yeah.
And he's like, I've tried. Not going to happen again.
He's like, you're stuck with me, bitch.
My lady, I've tried to leave you multiple times.
Yeah.
I shall be here.
Yeah.
Which of course, I'm happy they're back together. I've been cheering for that love story. Yeah. But you know what's frustrating about that too? One, they didn't make out. Talk about blue balls.
Yeah.
At least give us a Rhaenyra and Daemon makeout.
Hot, steamy makeout.
Like they got close like they were going to, and then they said,
and then they're like, oh, there's a crowd. Couldn't be us.
Come on.
Yeah.
Mac on each other a little bit.
Or at least like cut to them like being hot and heavy in like a bedroom scene.
I needed a little bit of something. Again, guys, y'all are teasing us.
Leaving us hanging.
And then I liked that he bowed.
Yeah.
What I was going to say something else. I can't remember.
The secret rendezvous.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, love the Daemon and Rhaenyra reunitedness. Great. Mm-hmm. Then we go to the secret rendezvous between Alicent and Rhaenyra.
You know what I thought about later? They showed Otto Hightower.
Oh, I want to talk about that. That's at the end. That was at the end though.
Oh, okay. I didn't
when they start doing all the cutaway scenes.
Got it. I didn't think about it till later. Just randomly, I was like, when she said her protector laid down his sword at the gate, could it be her dad? And that was like before she went there? I guess that would have been out of order. Never mind.
Yeah, no, because I thought it was the guy that took her out to the woods.
Oh, never mind. I guess.
Not a bad thought. But
yeah, I was playing it out of order in my head.
Well, I want to talk about Otto Hightower. But their secret rendezvous, Alicent shows up at Dragonstone again.
Crazy move.
They just are all about the secret rendezvous this season.
Yeah.
Very interesting dynamic between these two ladies.
For sure.
So has Alicent been in love with her this whole time?
I think she's like, it's a mix
of... Or do you think it's just like...
I think it's love and jealousy. Like...
Well, because she's like, come with me.
Yeah.
Let's run away together.
I think she kind of wants to like save her. But they definitely gave us a little bit of lovey-dovey vibes when they were younger.
Yeah, they did. They were very lovey when they were younger.
Laying in each other's laps, playing with each other's hair and stuff.
She says, thank God for social media reminding me of this, when they're younger, Rhaenyra is laying on her lap and she says, I just want to fly on dragon back with you and run away from all of these troubles. Yeah. She says that to Alicent.
Yeah.
Then Alicent says something eerily similar to her.
I think it's definitely a bit of like a mix up of like deep friendship and admiration and jealousy, but also love. Like I don't think all of those things are there together, but I think at the root of it all is their friendship. And it's just
totally.
Can we just get the fuck out of here? These men are crazy.
I thought that was an interesting parallel. Like Rhaenyra said this when they were young, and Alicent comes back.
They keep doing that.
Yeah, they do.
And Rhaenyra's just like,
well, and here's the thing: she didn't say no.
Yeah,
she said I can't. She didn't say no. She said I can't. Or I can't do that.
Yeah, and she's like, this is all your fault. Now you're just going to run away? And Alicent's like,
yeah, I am. Bye.
Sorry. Sorry about this whole war thing.
So time for a son, which is a wild thing to say when literally her grandson was beheaded.
Right, but she wasn't the one who...
She wouldn't have chosen that.
Yeah, but she wouldn't have chosen that. She would have chosen... her actual
well, no, she said, I want Aemond.
Yeah.
But then the grandson gets beheaded and she's like, you know what? Give me more, Alicent. I want a son. I'm like, God, Rhaenyra.
Yeah, that was harsh.
A little harsh.
I think she realized in that moment, like, to get her to, like, actually leave, she had to be like, no, I fucking mean it.
Yeah.
Like,
you're going to take me seriously here.
You need to, like, help me kill your son. Or we're just going to keep doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you really want me to take the throne with no war, blah, 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 I got to kill him.
I got to kill him.
I have to. And I have to. And she's like, fuck, yeah, you're right. I have to.
She's like, okay, have him. Bye-bye.
But her eyes, when she realized that, like, she had that choice.
She did pause for a moment.
That was good acting right there, I will say. Sometimes I don't think she's the greatest out of all of them.
Really?
Out of all of them, she's not bad. Just some of them are like Rhaenyra, like Emma.
Rhaenyra,
Amazing.
Yeah.
But she's not bad. I just wonder sometimes, I'm like, is it her lines sometimes? But she acted that scene really well.
No, that whole scene was
tense.
That's where I go back to. Such a great scene.
Absolutely. The sexual tension. I'm just kidding.
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
But like, amazing scene. Absolutely love it. I just wish that we had one more episode where there was more action. But like that was a great scene. There was great nuggets throughout this episode, that being one of them. The parallels, the emotion you could see and feel from both of them.
Totally. Where they're both like, I wish I didn't have to do this.
Yes.
I wish I could do that.
Right.
I wish this wasn't happening. But like, sorry.
It is.
You can't just run away. Like, you have to help me take the throne.
So
first.
she says, okay, you can have Aegon. And then she walks off and you're like, well, that's not great because, oh, wait, cut to Aegon in the freaking getaway car with Clubfoot. So what's going to come of that? And she said,
come to King's Landing in 3 days' time. And I'm thinking, how long did it take her to walk there? To Dragonstone? Can't be that far. If the dragons were able to just like quickly fly out there. It's crazy how close they are.
Isn't it across the sea?
Yeah, it's just crazy how, or to get there, I guess. It's just crazy how like truly close they've just been living. Like you'd think like warring, they'd be like,
just across
the
sea.
Away. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then they cut to.
So then they do all the cutaway scenes at the end. Yep. So first one is, I think the first one was Aegon in the getaway car with Clubfoot. So you're like.
keep saying the getaway car like it's a Taylor Swift song. But they should have started playing that.
But also, here's the thing. That ruins the bargain they just made. Right. So it's like, is Rhaenyra going to show up in 3 days' time, see that Aegon's not there, and she's going to think that Alicent screwed her? Like, is she going to think...
Maybe at first. She might burn a couple motherfuckers first. But I don't think she'll, like, burn all of King's Landing.
No. But is she going to be pissed at Alicent and think that Alicent played her when actually Alicent didn't play her? You know what I mean?
For sure.
Then they cut to Otto Hightower in a prison cell. And I'm like, hold the phone. Where's he been this whole time?
Where's he been? Because I thought he was just sent away.
I thought he was at Hightower Castle.
Yeah.
So who's been keeping him prisoner this whole time?
It makes you wonder if, like, whenever Aemon said go, that someone else went, no, don't go. We need you.
Who captured him? Did Aemon put him away? Has Daemon had him this whole time? Has Rhaenyra had him this whole time? Like, who's had him locked away this whole time?
I couldn't tell you.
Me neither.
Could it be like the triad, the ones that Aemon made the deal with?
The triarchy?
Maybe. It looked a little orangey. I have no idea. I have no clue.
I have no clue. But I was like, I'm sorry, where have you been, sir?
It took me a second. I'm like, who is that? And
yeah.
Like, oh, shit, that's Otto.
And they only showed him for a second. And I was like, really, guys?
Yeah.
And then it ends?
So then they cut to the army that he has raised. And it's like, they've got the bannermen at the front, right?
Yeah.
And one's in red and one's in green, which I get are their own house's colors.
Yeah.
But that confused the shit out of me for a second.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what? What? I know. Like, truly, for like a good 5 seconds, I was like, colors. And then I was like, oh, that's their own bannerman for their own house. But yeah, then they show them on that like bridge thing. What do they call that? It's called something. Or like you have to like go through that narrow passageway. And this was the third thing I was going to say from the making of, is that they wanted that scene to be like one camera shot. And so they rigged it up. They made that whole bridge.
Yeah.
And then they rigged it up to where the camera was on these like cords, I don't know, wires. And the way that they had it was where it was just nonstop to where it went down on the wires. And then when it reached a certain point in time, the guy grabbed it and then it was on foot. They like released the cables as he's backing it up. And then he's the one that's like holding it on like a steady cam thing, but it's handheld. And he turns around and gets real low and they're all just walking around the camera. And that's how we were able to see that all in one shot. Like that wasn't a trick shot. So it was like cables, then someone's walking and then he gets down low. And then as they're walking away, we turn the other way and we see them walk. It's a pretty epic shot.
No, epic shot. That would have been great for a setup for one more episode.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep saying that. Yep. No, it was a very cool shot.
And then at the end, it's like, surprise, episode 9. Right. That would have been amazing. What if they just drop it on Sunday? What if this comes out after they've dropped?
That's why
they wouldn't.
That's why I'm saying this, Robin.
They wouldn't. I'm putting it out in the universe.
I'm putting it out there.
It'd be funny if it does happen and this comes out on Monday and everybody's like, "Oh my god, they had no idea."
Were right.
No, I wish.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So they do all the scenes of the armies. They show Daemon at Harrenhal looking over his troops. I don't remember who else. Anyway, lots of troops.
Her other daughter in the Vale.
Rhaenyra
she's
going to get sheep stealer.
Chomper. The wild part to me is that she was just like roaming around in the Vale. Like she just totally abandoned her post to watch the sons and just scurried off and nobody went after her.
I couldn't tell if she abandoned or she got kicked out by the Jane lady.
No, they all got kicked out and they were all supposed to go together to wherever else they were supposed to go to. I can't remember where they were all supposed to go there. And she didn't want to go wherever there was because that's where her mom got killed. And so as she's walking and she remembered the sheep carcasses, she freaking just veers off path, doesn't say anything. Yeah. And then she sees the sheep carcasses and we're like, okay, she's going to go try to find this dragon. You think she'd be like, hey guys, no, just abandoned
the babies.
Yes.
What the hell, sister?
Like that's literally what your mom told you. Had one job.
Not her mom. Stepmom, I guess.
Sorry, yeah, stepmom. But then we see her like all cold out there and I'm like, oh, you know what would warm her up? Some dragon.
And there he is. They show him for a split second.
And then boom, it's over.
Also, I'm like, did that really, like she couldn't claim him one episode before? Like there were multiple episodes where she was just.
Honestly, I love that like that actress had that moment. We didn't need any of that. We could have just, when the time came, here she comes riding in and someone goes, hey, isn't that sheep stealer? And they're like, good for her. He must have been up there in the Vale. Done.
Yeah, they alluded to it so many times. We didn't need it.
No, we didn't need it. It took up a good 5 minutes.
Again, another part of a season finale that
they did it on purpose.
Not useful.
Mm-mm.
Can't roll my eyes hard.
If you can't hear this on audio, we are rolling our eyes.
Again, good nuggets throughout.
Yeah.
Overall, I was pretty dang disappointed from a season finale perspective. And
totally
as
fair.
A whole season, I was pretty disappointed.
Yeah, totally
there was only one epic dragon fight. Mm-hmm. One epic death in this whole season.
Yep, totally fair. So we're mad at you, HBO and Max.
We'll be back in 2 years, locked in for season 3.
Between now and then, you think about what you've done and don't do it
or
again.
drop a surprise episode.
Or that. All right. Well, that's all we have for our bonus episode. Let us know what you thought by commenting, giving us a review, all the things.
And we'll see y'all in 2 weeks.
That's right.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.